Eventually, it was inevitable. Rudy's streak of good fortune ends in episode 5 of The Rainmaker because his ability to get back up after falling on his feet couldn't persist forever. It also marks a turning point in his relationship with Sarah, which should have happened a few episodes ago, to be fair. You might as well put a fork in that romance. It's over now that she has snatched him up in court and is falling hard for Noonan. Rudy has been bothering everyone from the start of this episode. The Dr. Deck buys off to get access to Melvin's mother's autopsy report, finds his expression offensive. And when he sees Kelly's violent husband, Cliff, wandering the hallways, Deck rightfully chastises him for pursuing her around the hospital. He is correct in his first suspicion that Cliff put Kelly there, as suggested by the previous episode's cliffhanger. But Deck is also correct that Rudy should be worried about and concentrating on other things. Rudy's apparent affection for Kelly is coming at the perfect moment because it parallels Sarah's attraction to Noonan. In this episode, Rudy and Sarah mirror each other a lot. As they prepare to present their cases at the tissue committee hearing, both become closer to their new romantic interests. Despite the fact that Sarah unintentionally gave Rudy that knowledge in the first place, Leo and Noonan are content to throw her in head first and see if she can handle it. She could be accepted into the inner circle based on how well she performs. The problem is that Rudy has a case. Although it is very clear that Melvin is a serial killer and that the hospital concealed anything he did to Donnie Ray, it is nearly impossible to prove this from a legal perspective. That's where his ignorance lies. He keeps making false promises to Dot and arguing with Bruiser whenever she rejects his ideas, like calling the police, because he believes that being correct gives him some kind of authority. The case keeps leading him and Deck to more and more suspicious details, like the fact that Melvin was born already addicted to heroin thanks to an addict mother, forming a motive for why he'd murder someone like Donnie Ray, not realizing he was clean. But unless those details can be compiled and argued in court, they're worthless, and Rudy doesn't have the patience for that piece. This is why Sarah is able to influence him so effortlessly. Knowing that Rudy's results haven't been processed yet, she subtly states before the hearing that she passed the bar test and that everyone has heard their findings. Bruiser can see right through this. However, Rudy is duped. When he is on the defensive during the hearing, he frantically divulges too much about Melvin and the cover-up, altering the case's parameters and compelling Bruiser to remove all he said from the record. It gives Sarah the opportunity to beat him even harder. In my opinion, The Rainmaker episode 5 effectively illustrates Rudy's frustration. The audience's knowledge that Melvin is guilty is helpful. He drags Jackie about in this episode, falling for her ruse that she needs to urinate so she can use a stolen cell phone to make a call. He gets away with it, though, because she chooses to call Amber, her ex-boyfriend's current wife, who disregards all of her warnings. When Melvin and Jackie arrive at her house to pick up the file, Amber defies counsel once more and tries to defend herself from the intruder, getting hit in the head with a shovel. She is left alive but comatose by Melvin. It is impossible to overlook all of these errors, and Bruiser takes a strong stance against the betrayal of confidence by dismissing Rudy. Meanwhile, Sarah is being driven to a private jet with Leo and Noonan, so they may have dinner with Wilfred Keighley in London. When she sees Noonan, she can't help but smile giddy. Although the war's outcome is still unknown, the winner of this particular fight is very obvious.